welcome to another video. Today we are going to talk about something really fun. My name is Vienna Ortiz and today is all about brain dumping. So brain dumping has been something that has been floating around the planner community for a while now, and I'm going to attempt to try to break it down for you a little bit further, as well as give you a free printable to try to help you use your brain dump wisely. So by definition, brain dumping is simply just transferring some type of knowledge that you have from your brain onto a computer, onto a paper, or onto something else. Just getting it out of your brain and getting it onto or into something else. So writing things down is basically one of the best ways to get things organized, organize your thoughts, organize your to-dos, organize your life. So that is one of the reasons why we use a brain dump. So now that we know why we do it, we definitely want to know when. So you should at least be doing this once a week. And it doesn't have to be in your planner, it could just be on a piece of paper, on a notepad, it could be on anything. But you definitely want to do this at least once a week, because there's definitely a lot of things that are building up in your brain from day to day that you think about. I'm sure there's been a time where you've just been sitting down somewhere, or you were going to sleep and you were like, I have to do this. Or maybe you mentioned it to somebody else, remind me to do this later, or I have to do this later. And the reason why you're saying it out loud is because you want to remember it. But I think it would be a lot more beneficial to you if you actually wrote it down somewhere. That way you can go back to it and remember. So one of the most beneficial things you can do is to actually have a brain dump section in your planner. Because when you have a thought, even if it's just one little word, you can write it down in that section and then go back to it later and organize it. So that is going to be one of your best tools, I think, for use in your planner. But if you're somebody that doesn't want to do that, you can go ahead and take out a piece of paper once a week and you can just jot down everything that you have in your brain. So one of the ways that I want to help you with that is by a trigger list. So a trigger list is going to be the free printable for today, and that is going to help you to think of all the things that you need to get out of your brain. So even though we have these things up in there, they might not be at the forefront of our brain, so we don't know to write it down. But the trigger list is going to help you to remember if you have anything coming up, whether it be the next day or the next week or the next month. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this trigger list and a piece of paper and a pen, and you are just going to go down the list, and if you see something there that triggers an emotion or a reminder or anything like that, then write it down. For example, if you see the word bills and you know that you have to set up an auto payment, but you totally slipped your mind and the payment is coming up, all you have to do is write that down and then cross out bills, and then you're good to go for that section of your life. So it's kind of like organizing the different sections of your life and really getting into detail the different parts of your life that need to be brain dumped. So hopefully that list is helpful for you. You can go ahead and download that below. But so now, what are you supposed to do once you've already done your brain dump? You can't just stop there, because then it's not very useful. Now what you have to do is organize this brain dump into different types of categories, into different to-do lists, into different actions. I personally recommend doing this in a color coding system. Get a few different colors. So you might assign a blue to your finances, a green color to your kids, or things like that. And then you're going to go ahead and start highlighting things in those different categories so that you can start to organize your brain. So it's one thing to have everything brain dumped onto a paper, but then you might get a little bit more overwhelmed when you see all those things on the paper. So once you have everything organized into these different sections and they're organized by color, then you can go ahead and start putting them into different to-do lists. So I do have another video that I'll link below that has to do with creating a successful to-do list, and that's kind of where all of this comes from. I do use a brain dump as well in that video, and then I go ahead and separate everything into different categories, and then once you do that, you're going to want to put it in your to-do list. So you can also separate these into urgency. So if some of these things are more urgent than others, you can put them in your weekly to-do list, which is more urgent, and then you can make a monthly to-do list, a quarterly to-do list, and a yearly to-do list. So there's definitely a bunch of ways that you can organize this brain dump after you are done. And I will go ahead and leave the link below to the download that will help you to go through these different steps and make sure that you are getting the most out of your brain dump and that you are clearing your brain, because when your brain is clear, you have so much more room to do things creatively. If you don't have to think about anything really, and you could just go to this one place to find out everything that you need, then you have so much more freedom with your time, with your thoughts, and also with your creativity. Hopefully this video helped you to know what a brain dump is, how to organize it, and then also what to do after you are done performing a brain dump. If you have any questions at all, you can email me or you can go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to check out the printable in the 3 different sizes, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. I'm having so much fun doing these, so if you have any video requests whatsoever, leave them down below and I will talk to you in my next video. Happy planning!